What is going on, you guys, and welcome to the Gamer Circle. It is your boy Gamers, and in today's video we're going to check out Rockstar Flipper once again, because that's one of my favorite eBay sellers, one of my favorite eBay content creators. So we're going to go over his most recent video. This video is called "How Many Items Should You Be Selling on eBay Daily?" Full calculations. And just a little disclaimer before we start the video. I am aware that there are a few channels that call themselves the Gamer Circle, but I've seen that they have no content on their video or on their page. So I'm going to make that my own, because I have been Gamersland for a while. The channel was previously Gamersland Collectibles, because that is the name of my business. But this is a Gamer Circle, baby. This is where we're going to hang out. We're going to talk about gaming stuff. We're going to talk about eBay stuff. That's what it's going to be. So anywho, just had to put the little disclaimer out there. Other than that, let's go ahead and get this video started right after this. Let's go. What is up, man? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are tuning in, and if you're not, I hope sometime soon you come across this video and you guys check it out and check out what I'm checking out. All right. And in today's video, like I said, we're going to be watching Rockstar Flipper, and he's going to be talking about how many items should we be posting on eBay. He's going to be discussing full calculations on how much money you can make depending on how many eBay's listings you're posting, I'm guessing. And I haven't watched the video yet. He just posted it, I believe, today. Oh, yesterday, September 8th. But I kind of want to see it and take it in with you guys and kind of go over what he's talking about, how I feel about it, what my opinions are on it. Again, this is just my opinion, guys. Everybody is due their opinion. So anything that I hear him say, we're just going to kind of discuss a little bit, break it down, and go from there. So without any further ado, let's see what our boy Rockstar Flipper is talking about today. Let's roll.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and I want to jump right into this video because people ask all the time, and I made videos about this in the past, how many items do you need to list every day or have listed total to do X amount of sales? 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, whatever the goal is. And I haven't done the math for everyone in quite some time. I think it was like early last year. So I wanted to do the math with everyone, and the answer is always the same. It depends totally on the items that you're selling, whether you're a clothing.
All right. So number one thing that I want to discuss first is I also noticed he made a video earlier, which I did watch today, talking about haters, people that discuss how much money they're making, that they're BSing about the money that they make. Listen, man, I'm a very small time seller, and last year I racked probably over 15 grand in sales doing it part-time. So I could imagine if you made eBay your number one platform, your number one thing, your career, I could imagine the kind of money this guy makes. But other than that, what I wanted to say was, I think one of the biggest reasons why I love watching his videos is because he's all about helping others become successful selling on eBay. And I think that is phenomenal. I think that speaks volumes of who he is. And I just had to throw that out there, man. The guy, great person. And the fact that he wants to help other people, to me, is freaking amazing. And it's a blessing, honestly, for people like myself that are trying to make this a little bigger than what it is at the moment. So anywho, let's not interrupt. Let's go.
Accessory shoe seller, or whether you sell tablets and iPhones or Nintendo Switches, or whether you sell tools or video games or toys, everything is always different. So you kind of have to do the math for yourself to cater it to your type of genre category and to your numbers. But overall, I can give you kind of like an average, and then you can go from there. Most of my viewers and a ton of sellers on eBay, we're gonna focus on eBay right now. So if you're a clothing and shoe seller, which is a huge amount of my viewers and a huge amount of sellers on.
I'll stop it there. That's not my thing. I discussed in a video I made the other day that I'm really not big on that. I actually went thrifting and I tried going through the clothes and the shoes, and I don't, it does not retain my attention to sit there and go through clothing and try to find name brands. And honestly, I also think it has to do with the area, because let's say you're in California, areas like that where it's a little bit, I don't want to say the word richer, but whatever, like richer places. I have suburbs around here that are very wealthy. And even though I go to those, I just don't seem to find anything that's super expensive. Like, yeah, they have Adidas and jerseys and, things like that. But I just think there's so much homework you have to do to get into that clothing and shoes that, for me personally, it's just not my thing. I'm sure people do great on it, but for me, it's just not my thing. I just can't get into it. So
on the platform, it's right now about 0.5% per day, which means this: if you have 100 items listed on eBay and you sell one per day, that means you're selling 1% of your inventory. 1 out of 100, 1% every single day. If you continuously just sell one item a day, you would sell 30 items in a month. You'd sell 30% of those 100 items over the course of the month. Well, 1% used to be the norm. Now it's more of like 0.5% to 5 to 0.75%. It's gone down. Most people are averaging 0.5% right now. It's just slow on the platforms, which means instead of selling one per day.
And I am going to be pausing this video a lot. I don't want to get a strike or act like I'm stealing his content here. He is not mistaken. We are on Friday afternoon, and I haven't made a single sale. My last sale was on Wednesday, so I can see what he's saying. I mean, I can see that it's getting down, it's getting a little bit slow, and you're probably making about a sale every day and a half, every 2 days. You're probably making a sale. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. It's definitely slow. You do have your spur moments where you're banging in, I don't know, a sale every single day, if not multiple sales. I've had it to where I've had 5, 6 sales in a day, and God, I wish I could stay that consistent, but it's difficult, especially right now that I need to re-up my inventory on electronics and gaming. I have a bunch of PlayStation 1 games, GameCube system, Sega systems and games. I have a few left, but they fly so fast, and to find them cheap enough to make a profit is difficult, and I'm not so savvy to where I can buy them broken and fix them. It's, I watch a lot of those videos, and it's just not me. So yeah, he's right. It probably is at about a 0.50, 0.575, on sales average.
Sell a half an item per day, which means you would sell an item every other day, or 15 per month. And so that's where it's at. If you have 1,000 listings, you should sell 10 per day at 1%. But right now, people are selling 5, 6, 7 per day for every 1,000. So just kind of give you the average. And where am I pulling that number from? Well, I do a ton of store reviews inside of my Facebook group. It has 125,000 people, so people always post their numbers. And it's very quick where you can see, oh, they have 1,000 items. Their 30-day total is 30 items. They sold, 3% or whatever the case might be, whatever the numbers are. So we do see that a lot inside of the.
And that's honestly so difficult. I'm at 100 and I was at 186, and I deleted a few listings that I want to kind of bundle together instead and post them separately. I've sat here and thought about how can I get up to 500, 600 listings? And then I think about how much work goes into the listings when I make them. It is complicated. Do I have 1,000 items? Of course. I mean, my comic book collection is probably 20, 30,000. But to sit there and post them all, I mean, come on. And think about that. If you're doing an average where it's 1,000 listings and that would equal about 10 sales a day, that'd be great. But I'm not going to say that he's lying, because if I consistently keep 100 listings on there, close to 200, and for the last 2 days I haven't sold anything, it makes sense that you have to up your listings. I actually would always tell the wife, it's if I hadn't sold anything in 2 or 3 days, I'm I got to put some listings up, because a lot of the stuff that sells is stuff that you're listing fresh, new listings. And at the same time, it's a little bit discouraging, because that means how long is it going to take for someone to buy the 183 listings that I have up already? And you're okay, I want that kind of to go down before I start putting more up. But if you don't put more up and nothing's selling, then you're technically kind of screwing yourself in the way. So, I mean, yeah, 1,000 listings is a lot, man. It's a lot. Yeah, I feel like you'd have to be completely full time to handle that. Which, don't get me wrong, today I got off work. I went grocery shopping, before the weekend with the fam. Then I came here and just started watching YouTube videos. I tried wrecking my brain a little bit on what I wanted to post, and I just got a little bit discouraged. And that's when I started watching some of his other videos. And I watched the one he posted yesterday, and then this one came up, and I was like, you know what? Let me just make a video and watch it together. It kind of gives me something to do. And at the same time, watching him always encourages me to jump back in the game and get back into selling and posting. So we got to try to make it hit up to 1,000 listings next year. We're right around the corner. We'll include the remainder of this year. So we'll keep trying to post every single day. I was on a roll where I was trying to post at least 10 books a day. This is before I started grabbing a lot more electronics and video games. And once that started booming, I slowed down a lot on the comic books. I've been very slow, but I'm going to try to get to that 1,000 within this year, next year. And we'll see if we can't document it and make it a part of what we're doing here on the Gamer Circle. So let's go ahead and keep going.
The group and people emailing me and messaging me, can you take a look at my store? Can you do this? Can you do that? And so that's where I pull the number from. And it's pulled from hundreds, if not thousands of people over the course of months and months and months throughout the year. So if you're an electronic tool video game seller, you're generally going to be higher. You're going to be double that number or triple that number, right? If you sell iPhones and iPods, you might be even 10 times that number, much, much bigger. And now the number that everybody wants to hear is how much money. What does that mean for money? What does that mean for numbers and goals and hitting targets? Well, let's say that you're somebody with a 1,000 piece store that is selling 5 per day. You're selling 5%, right? So we all know that 10% of, or a 0.5% per day, excuse me. We all know that 10% of 1,000 would be 100 a day, and 1% would be 10 per day, and 0.5% would be 5 per day, right? So let's say that you have an average sale price of $20. Well, that's easy math, and $20 all in, whether it's 15 plus 5 or 20 free shipping, you're selling stuff for $20. So you're selling 5 a day, you're selling 100 a day, $100 a day, and that's $3,000 a month in gross sales. Now, generally, people are averaging about 50% profit. We know that eBay takes around 13, 14%. Some people promote at 1 or 2 or 2% now. So they're at 15% with the fees and promoted.
It's crazy how he's saying that people promote it for about 2%. And I've been flirting with the idea. I don't think I've ever sold an item that was promoted, but I've been flirting with the idea. And I find it so crazy that on some of my items, I'll put on there, I'll click, promote it, and they're recommended. Because I was watching a video the other day too of someone that stated that he tried promoting his ads with the recommended promotion, and some of them are like 12%. I don't think I have one that falls under like 4%. I was flirting with the idea, and I was like, no, I did choose somewhere. I'm not gonna lie, I think I made the promotion rate like 6%. Just to kind of see what happens. I think it's only like 3 listings, and I'm gonna let them roll through. And if they don't sell, then obviously that's debunked that promoting your ads aren't gonna, quickly give you sales. But 2%, huh? That's weird, because I thought people were doing it a lot higher. So that I don't mind. I mean, if something's worth what, $2, it's 20 cents. So do the math. The higher it goes, a little more. If it's $20, it's $2. That's actually not bad at all. Anywho, I want to keep hearing about this promoted and his calculations, man. This stuff could possibly help.
They're spending on their label cost out of the $20, about 20%, maybe $4 average cost. So that's 35%, 20%, and 15, and then they're spending 15 or 20% on their cost of goods. So they're profiting about 50%, some people maybe 45, 40, 45%. So we'll just go off the 50%. So if you have a 1,000-piece store at a 0.5% sell-through rate, selling 5 items a day at $20 average sale price, and hopefully these numbers are popping up on the screen as I talk about them. I'll try to do a little math right in this little area right here. But if you're doing that at $3,000 and you're making 50% profit, you are profiting $1,500 per month by having 1,000 listings. So obviously, if you wanted to double that, have 2,000 listings, you could sell 6,000 a month and profit $3,000 out of that. So that is the numbers. Now, obviously, if you can get the sell-through rate up to 1% and double it, now you could make that 3,000 profit on 6,000 sales with just 1,000 items active. If you had 2,000 actives, you could go up to 12,000 in sales a month and make 6,000 a
Think about that. But how would you get that click through rate higher to make those sales higher to get to that level? And the crazy thing is that some people are doing it. And I think that's where it comes in, where he talks about so many people sell clothing and shoes, and because that's probably some I don't look into statistics of what eBay says sells good on eBay. I don't do that at all. So I just sell what I have. I focus on posting the pictures, the cleanliness, the shipping, um but I don't focus on what eBay is saying is popular on their site. But it must be that popular with the clothing if people are making this ridiculous amount of money selling it. It's something to think about. But I just have already so much inventory of what I have and these comic book collections. I just need to get rid of it. And maybe I can like broaden my horizons on something different. But at the moment, I'm stuck at a point. But that to me is ridiculous, to be banking $6,000 if you can find a way to manipulate it this way. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be freaking great. An extra 6K a month.
A month in profit. If you could get your average sale price just up a few dollars, even $3 or $4, and you're selling, a few hundred items a month, that could be an extra 1,000 in revenue and 500 in profit. If you are selling bigger dollar items, $300, $400, $500 items, and profiting $200 or $300, you may only need to sell one item a day. So hard work, or work smarter, not harder, tells us let's target bigger items with bigger profit margins. But that's a little easier said than done sometimes.
And I was just gonna say is it's just what business or connections do you have if you're able to get this inventory that, let's put it this way, if you're selling a $200 item, you have to be getting it for at least a minimum of $100. Let's say if you're going 50% on it. And if not, just because the way that I look at it, let's say his the way he's calculating it all works, it's like if you're selling a $200 item a day, to hit, for me in case to hit those profit margins, I would have to have gotten that item at a very good deal. But what is out there that you can buy at a very good deal that you can sell every single day for $200? Think about that. I don't understand these cell phone sellers. And I know all these people that sit here on, like, let's say OfferUp or Facebook, and they buy broken phones. I mean, if they're talented to be fixing them, by all means, I can understand. If you're paying someone $40 just because, they know that the phone is worthless, the screen is completely devoured. I mean, it's cracked everywhere. And these people are smart enough to fix them. I can understand that. But just your average Joe of, every time I look on, ideas on what to sell on eBay, you come across these weird videos where they try to tell you, oh, this and that and the other. And, you'll come across these things in the wild and they don't perform that well. So I don't know. I just don't see how you could make $200 to $300 a sale. To me, that's just ridiculous. For me, I have to have, and I've done it. I've sold books that high, but do you know what kind of books you're selling for $300-400? They're not easy to come across. And unless you bought them a long time ago, you are not getting them now. It's the same thing with video game stuff. If you haven't bought it a very long time ago, you're not getting that kind of money for it now, because everybody knows what it's worth. Or if you go to some rural area where they have no idea what something is, I mean, Lord.
So you have to do the math for how many items you have. And in fact, if you guys could, put it down in the comment section below. Tell me how many items you have active and how many items you sell per day. And if you know it, what is your average sell price, your ASP? That way we can kind of figure out the math, and other viewers can figure out where they are on the scope of what the averages are. Now, full disclaimer, never compare yourself to other sellers. You run your business different from everyone else. You sell different stuff. So don't compare yourself. We do this just to kind of get an average and kind of like a gauge of where everyone's going to fall on the average sale price and average sell-through rate graph. That way they know whether they're failing completely or whether they're doing a really good job. If you're way up in those numbers or kind of in the middle, you're at least doing a fairly well job. But if you're way under those averages, if you have 1,000 items and you only sell 1 per day or 2 per day, then it's probably a good idea that you need to go through your listings and check 3 things. Check your prices. Make sure you aren't insanely high priced. Make sure that all of your titles and your descriptions and listings are good so people can find your items. And finally, make sure your items are actually desirable. Go to sold. See if there's other people buying them. Go to actives.
See, and for me, again, I can only speak about myself because I don't know what anyone else is doing. If you're watching this video, I don't know what you're selling. I know what I'm selling. And I think that's one of the saddest realizations. And I think we all have to be honest with ourselves. I think it's the only way to move forward and be successful is if you can analyze yourself analyze your business, analyze your inventory, and understand that if maybe you're selling crap, you're selling crap. Because yes, a lot of the books, let's go back to comic books because that's what I mainly sell. I'll sell a lot of electronics and video games, but mainly it's comic books. It's the biggest inventory that I have. Everyone knows that a lot of books are run fillers, and a run filler is just a book that if someone's collecting a huge run, issues number 1 through 100, let's say they're missing number 5, I have a lot of that. I have a lot of complete collections or random books that are $2, $3 a piece, $4, $6, $1, 50 cents. You know what I mean? Books up to $20, $100, $150. I have a good amount of inventory, but a lot of the books that I have on there, which don't get me wrong, they sell. They sell a lot on eBay and they sell for a lot more than what I'm asking, and they still don't sell. So it just makes you think, like, is it possible that, maybe I have to check when the most recent sold was. I mean, that it could be a possibility that at one time, because with comic books, this is how it happens. If there's a movie coming out, new comic book issues coming out, these books can get a little bit of popular, pick up momentum. But when they sit for a while and nobody's doing anything related to a certain character or a certain storyline, I mean, the book falls dead. I've had books that were worth $1, when I first started collecting, and because of these new HBO movies and Disney movies, they just blew up in price. I mean, but you also have books that you bought because they were hot and you're like, hey, I'm gonna get this thing graded, or I'm just gonna keep it, hold it, keep it very nice shape, and then down the line I'm gonna sell it. And within months and a year or two, you're just watching this book just drop value, drop value, drop value. So I it sucks for me because I think I'm in a genre that is just not easiest to get around selling cheaper items. I think on my genres, if you have a $30 book, like for example, I have a book called Deadpool. It's a Deadpool spinoff with Winnie the Pooh. It's issue number 1. It's not a fancy variant or an exclusive, but it's issue number 1, and it's a $40 book. 35. I think the cheapest one that sold, someone on auction unfortunately lost out, and they ended up getting, like, I want to say like $18, $19 for it. And I started off at 35 trying to get max dollar for it. From there I dropped it down 33, 32. I went down to 29.99, and finally somebody ended up liking it and I sent them an offer for 29.99. You want to know what this guy did? Do you really want to know? This guy sends me a counter offer for $17.99. I don't think I've ever hit reject so fast, you know. And I was like, this guy's got to be freaking kidding me. Like, you wanted for the one item that sold on auction with 3 bidders, and you want me to sell you my copy for that amount of money when other people have sold it for like 35. But like I said, I think I'm starting to like think that the genre that I'm in is just not the best genre at the moment, at least for eBay.
Find out if there's 10,000 of something listed and only 2 of them have sold over the last few months, because that'll probably tell you that it's not a very desirable item because there's a ton of them available. High supply, no demand. So those are the 3 things that will help you out if you're not falling into these averages, or at least somewhat close to them based on what you sell. Now, if you sell super unique items and your items take years to sell, you're selling antiques, this may not apply to you. If you're selling high-end iPods and iPhones and you're outselling this by leaps and bounds, this also may not apply to you. But these are the general numbers to understand if you are a seller who's either part-time trying to go full-time and you want to know what numbers it's going to take. You can reverse that math. For example, I need to make $5,000 a month in profit, which means I need to do $10,000 in gross sales, which is $333 a day, and I sell $33 items. So I need to sell 10 items, or I sell $23 items. I need to sell 14 items, and you can figure this out pretty quickly, how many items you'll need and at what prices to hit those.
So this will be one of the last times I interrupt before he ends the video. See, I think that with anything, it's so much easier said than done, because you can continue to say that, hey, if you want to make 300 something dollars a day and you need to make this, like me personally, I'd have to make like 6, 7, 8 grand a month just to be able to do this full time, to take that leap of faith, to give up my 9 to 5. I'd have to make a lot of money. And so, yeah, it's easier said than done. I can easily, let's say, find a connection for items that I can get for, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10, and they're worth $30. And I know I have to sell 10 of them. But again, I guess at the end of the day, it semi always has to do with luck and hoping that there's someone out there buying it, which is, I guess, was is with anything. But it's just, it's such a massive thing to wrap your head around when you're trying to make something, I guess, your calling. It's such a headache. And I think that's with any business that you're trying to get into and make full time, and you want to give up everything just to get into it. I think it's very, and I think a lot of people need to hear that realism. I don't think it's smart that, no one really talks about it and says, hey, you know what? Yeah, it's great, you know, but unless you're gonna put hard work and break your back doing it, because I've seen his videos from when he first started out. I mean, you can tell the difference in his video quality and the way he's doing things, the way his demeanor. You can tell he came from nothing to something with this eBay thing, and I think that's one of my biggest reasons why I enjoy watching him. But again, just always keep that in mind. I'm guessing it's a tough road. It's a tough road to get to those numbers, and that's why for me, I'm at the same time kind of glad that I enjoy the hobby. I enjoy listing. I enjoy photography. I so taking the pictures. I've tried starting like 8 YouTube channels, from when I was younger doing rap music to video gaming and this and the other. So I don't know why eBay just kind of fits for me. Maybe it has to do with my background, which we'll get into later. Um, but just the hustle of selling and doing my own thing, keeping my own books, doing my own shipping, I just enjoy it very much, and luckily it's still a hobby. And if not, if this was like all I did and I went 2 days without selling something, I'd go crazy. I'd go crazy.
Those goals that you want. So if that's you, if you're trying to figure out where to get to that goal, how to go from part-time to full-time, how to make your full-time bigger, how to do all the things that you want to do, this math will work for you, at least to get you in the ballpark. Okay, I think I covered everything. If there's any other questions or comments or concerns after watching this, please leave it down in the comment section. Like I said, the other platforms are a little bit more varying than eBay. eBay's kind of become like this automatic numbers game where I can figure out the numbers for just about any store that I see. Also, if you want a store review, you want me to take a look at your store, you want me to help you go through it and try to fix things, I'll put a link down there that you can pick that up. It's also part of my 2022 bundle, so that's always available for 50% off. You get
Oh, he's gonna make you pay for it. If you thought that he was gonna say, "Hey, send me your store info for free," and I'm gonna go ahead and message these. How many subscribers does he have? He has 120,000 subscribers. If you think that he's gonna get flooded with 120,000 emails and he's gonna review your store for free, you got another thing coming. So, anywho, man, bravo to Rockstar Flipper. If you guys haven't checked him out, you need to check him out. Stay on top of his videos. He'll come at you with the news when eBay's dropping something or making some big changes. And honestly, it just helps a lot. He'll give you full lists if you want to write them down or whatever the case is, and you want to go out there hunting. Me personally, I'm in it for the knowledge. I'm in it to learn and to get my mind right to continue doing what I'm doing. I am starting to think that, like I said, I'm in a genre with a lot of inventory that just isn't, I don't want to use the word not desirable, but I guess some of these cheaper books are just not desirable. And the reason why I don't post a lot of the big books is because, I'll be honest, I'm tired of getting lowball offers. So it's like, why would I sell them now? I'll just let my kids have them. So a lot of my big books, I don't even put up for sale. I'll put up like $30, $40 books, but I'm not going to go any higher than that a lot of the time. It was the same thing with the auctions. I used to get auctions going and I'd have a $300 book and they sell for 180 bucks. Do you know what I mean? So at that point, you just got to make a realization with yourself. It's like, when do you fold your cards? But I am enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the road, the learning. And if you're into eBay, I hope you are as well. It's super interesting. Uh, and it's something that I think can come in handy if you decide that you want to branch out to something completely different. But in the meantime, I mean, who doesn't love to hustle? Who doesn't love to find something for a bargain, make money on it? And people that shop on eBay know what you're doing. They don't care. They're there for one thing and one thing only. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me go ahead and just take my man's Rockstar off the screen. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. If you guys have any questions for me or any comments or any other channels that I should check out, please drop them in the comments down below, especially if you guys are into comic books and you know someone that flips comics on YouTube or eBay that is very successful and throws out pointers and hints and what to do with these run fillers, as I call them. I'd be appreciated, man. So other than that, again, if you enjoyed the video, think about subscribing. I'm trying to drop content every 2 to 3 days. It's not just going to be about eBay and selling. There's going to be once in a while we'll hang out, chill, have a few drinks, play a few video games, go live, whatever it takes, man. I'm here to hang out, and I'm here to learn, and I'm here to also try and push what I'm learning to you in case you're not up to date with these people or watching them. Maybe we can give you a new list of content creators to check out. So other than that, man, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Much love. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.